Oh, greetings and salutations. Welcome back. Okay, so while I do want to run in and get that dungeon, here's the problem. In defense of my completely arbitrary rules that I created for myself, I have unlocked the ability to get my other jobs. Yeah. The entire idea of this was to slow down, take my time, and really just, actually play the game. Not just bum rush the sucker on the mad lad route to endgame. So, without further ado, I have decided to start with the Arcanist. Located here at majestic Limsa Lominsa. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? Yes. Just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave aether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merlvib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Boom. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubirgai. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there by the bookshelf. You needn't be shy, though her mind is sharp and critical. Her manner is always most welcome. Okay. Now we get to go back to base clothing. Yes, I am Thubirgai. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist's Guild. As Muri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins? Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of Aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Yes. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Arcanist unlocked. Sorry, just taking care of some stuff. Okay, Miner is my only gather right now. Okay. Guild acting on. Alright. Do this. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you. Grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle. In fact, you will soon discover. In Lower Lenosia, you will find, among other things, 3 species of pest. Wharf rats, little ladybugs, and Aurelie. I ask that you employ your fledgling skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city gate through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Okay. Level 1 things. Let's do this. Here at Milvan's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lominsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I'd be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Suntimal, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Suntimal when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Okay, nothing going on over there. "You, sir, adventurer, I have work for you. Try to be posed as a customer and survey the market's current prices." "Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me: Iron Thunder, Kyokyo Rune, and Sanehill. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it to Bainsing on West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service." Okay, let's start here. We're from Milvan's Gate, you said. "More outstanding duty. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if needs be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place." "Oh, Met lad, cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found, every piece fresh from the forges of Naldik and Vimelis." "Kyokoru welcome customer. Kyokorun loves his lovely trade. Kyokorun's goods are goodly made." "Hey, fine day to you, sir. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Something one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide." You're the one who made a list for Swole's Blight. Let's have it then." Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lad. Okay. That's level 14 quest. Can't really do that one. Hoisted on my own Picard. Shh, girl. Sweetnix is beauteous Gabby and crafty smart trade maker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with uplanders. Need deliver letter to gate of Mielvan. Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to gate of Mielvan for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letter to tax lady Pataja. Since I, weirdly enough, actually know where that is. Oh. Where's Sweetnix with those import records? With proper documentation, I'm afraid we shall have to expel him from the city. Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear of our offices by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa Lominsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Try convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. Uplander delivered letter to gate of Milvan. Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Text Lady Pataja has kind backwards for Sweetnix. Sweetnix has outflow of joy for Text Lady Pataja. Sweetnix is happy gappy. Gives Uplander jiggly shine. Edelweiss. Beautiful sisters, the Edelweiss. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service, of which the Bruguiere Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lawnward, along with our profuse gratitude. Nothing more up this way, so yeah. Nope. Back in the water. Calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry's sails, but fisherfolk are starting to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. Before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. The Guild has always commissioned Naldik and Vimelis for its crafts. They are beastly busy these days. If you want for something to do, mayhap you could run over to the Armorers Guild and consult with Forge Master Hananza in my stead. I don't know how long we might expect to have to wait. As beautiful sisters of the Edelweiss has a deep reflection and meditation. So unless you've proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. What's this then? Parcel from the Bruguiere Consortium, eh? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies. A few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches, too. Them Consortium holes know the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. You let Janasim know we're always here should her boss have need of us again. Hmm? You stay in Limsa Limits, you'll likely find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities, comfortable with the unconventional, you may wish to approach them yourself. Beg your pardons, good sir. You are an adventurer, are you not? This is sudden. We urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon arriving guests. I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I'd be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source, wild lambs. In case you aren't familiar with the creatures, Mablefar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall just below the Drowning. See, it's like, if you need, but I'm gonna get sent regardless. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. Dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interests of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Milvan's gate is notified without delay. Spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a Belago, a first-time patron, did just that. Rusushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She is quite upset by the whole affair and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rusushmo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to Godebert at the Coral Tower. He will know what to do. Yep. Ordine would like to do a completely legal proposition. What for coin, venturer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirate and crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalane, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by you. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. First is for Ginnade, whom you'll find at the Coral Tower. Second is for Master Lingzeth, the head chef of the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, and return here once you have accomplished the task. Oh, never mind. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, keepers of the peace in Limsilo Midsa. So, what I can assist you with? Sample of spice courtesy of the Seventh Sage, you say? There is no mistake. It's fire sand, the kind used by the Garleans beside. Quite intriguing. Very well, we consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice? See, you're not familiar with Carvelanisms. For the sake of convenience, he used the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lominsan interests in eastern lands. Bilker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist's rendition of the man? Or what in the seven hells is this supposed to be? It looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we'll need a little more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Rasushmo were to come here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as such. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late. Though I suspect you've already heard the rumors, it is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. You'd be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall. Nadelica is her name. My thanks in advance. Oh, really skipped that door. Ah, so you've spoken with Godbert? Wow! Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife. Huh? Godbert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for questioning? What information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? New sample from the Seventh Sage. Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. The notice came with it says it's a root that grows on Authard. Last I heard, Authard was under Imperial rule. How the seven elves did Carvelane manage to get hold of this? Okay. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to our affable courier. Oh, God. I am way too tired. Many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. The old days of piracy have passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything you do, you may rest assured, is within law. New boat Fisherman's Guild? For now is the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. But look, I will see what I can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I would be loath to disappoint. Sisupu. May yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Oh. Oy, 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 oy. Okay. I apparently need a nap. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop recording here, and then I'll just come back online later, do two in the same day. I had not realized how tired I was until I stopped moving. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a ball. All right. I'm going to go stare at the inside of my eyelids for a while. Because, God, I'm going all over the place mentally.